You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead. Here we are. Welcome to Snezhnagrad train station.
Wow! It's so majestic!
It's built for maximum efficiency. But yeah, in the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoli.
Look! They have really funny-looking hats! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
Only in the grip of...
To the left is the market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible! Snezhnagrad is stunning! See?
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful means stunningly I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get...
Is that gonna be stunningly...
Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night, four-legged roommates come out to play.
Yep, no way. Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Fine then. It's your treat. Don't worry. You'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few. This way leads to Zapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov, the headquarters of the. Inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace. And over there is the Snezhnaya Vecha, where all the big shots meet regularly. These places are best admired from a distance.
Yeah, they probably have super strict security.
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. That's where you'll find the restaurants, bookstores. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right?
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy quite.
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnaya.
Oh, we'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda inconvenient. Wait, how?
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise. Still, I wouldn't say the absence. Anyway. Finally, there's Zolny in that direction. It's mostly residential buildings and factories, but that's about it. You guys go ahead and get checked in while I track.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the recommendations.
Podvorye restaurant is right this way.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. Oh, thanks for taking such good care of Paimon. Honestly, if this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. You're right. No need to push ourselves too hard for no reason. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned so far, and obviously, a million more a question is, what is this Tsaritsa planning? Everything else leads back to that. Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also record, but we won't get to see her anytime soon. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the... To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. The cat Paimon can't think of a few people who might be able to help us. Right. And when we left Nogcry, Zandroni specifically left a message reminding us, so... It's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about... Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Gloop-Off place is... There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? Maybe, but... It's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino. Let alone Zandroni. She basically told us to stay in her lane already. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right?
Hello. Is there a traveler and Paimon in there?
That's Alosha!
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes? And you're, Faye, I presume?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of Fae as the ones we...
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. But don't worry, I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even diagnosed plenty...
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as a human, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? More like you don't eat enough. The more talking you do, the more you need to eat.
Now, please take a seat. Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all within normal range. I can give you some medicine to tide you over. But as long as you rest properly for the next couple of days, you should feel... If you find yourself with a persistent low-grade fever, or if your symptoms...
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job. I'll leave you in peace now.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple days. No sightseeing for the time being.
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from the doctor or me, go to the Hunter Trade Station in Zolny. Hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the Shadow Realm.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Bring it!
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised booking process and wait. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just... But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at present. If I were you, I'd cut your even if you two are old friends as you claim. Please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their... Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here.
It's his first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that he doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? All right then. Well, let me know if you run into any other Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia, and as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some courtesy. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class, unlike Nosha Town. Torchlight your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vecha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next meeting. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuja. It's basically all anyone cares about in the... Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions. It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Pierre, that was his reaction too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts, but he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of pure... Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano... He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulcinella, and once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a harbinger as soon as possible. And, all things considered, even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone. But what's the point point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea. Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vecha. All the factional strife. Whether having a voice in a Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room, Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number of engineers and researchers, then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another—
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for you to answer a question of mine. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? I just don't understand, that's all. And wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? Fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Oh, anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break?
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped in a nearby ice cave. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue—
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her know that you had to step out for— And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and experience, you'd be reliable help. Then let's go. You, take 2 people to Pavorier Restaurant. If anything happens to Paimon—
Yes, Lady Marionette.
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that direction. Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. I'll evacuate. Meet me back here as soon as you're done.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need to leave, now. Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnaya. Well, I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and so is it. Let's go. Every second counts. Careful. Something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Stay back!
Waltz of the snowflakes. Yeah, together. I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Thank you for saving us. We'd have been monster fodder otherwise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now.
Thank you.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made a tactical retreat. Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back anytime. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. It's lucky we got here when we did. The trapped miners have been successfully evacuated.
Wait, this place. There's something unusual.
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here. Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also placed a sign at the entrance to the cave, warning people. You really held your own today. I still don't... Don't think I've seen you before. All right then. See you around. Hello, Lady Marionette.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. What brings you here, Odette? Here for a performance?
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnograd. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodia. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's...
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnograd will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself this time. First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget, then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan. Once they've argued, that's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on... Yup, nothing we can do about it. There's a whole stack of incident reports like this back at the office.
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change with that fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. It just feels like there should...
Hey, quit daydreaming. Let's get back to Snezhnograd. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords. Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real big shots put. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo-Laidovka.
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuja and the youth. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
That's not good news. It takes a...
Yeah. Obviously, if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent.
Sorry, I have to ask something.
Huh? Of course, fire...
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out but what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even...
Interesting. I gotta hit...
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to stand?
Oh my gosh. How does he...
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissent. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces. So, I do what I can to make their voices heard. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't... The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya. But she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, but considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuja outright, but we're and even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal... There's no way I would ever...
As contentious as things can get within the Vetcha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. Most of the time, we're trying to decide, but that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here.
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Sviatlo-Laidovka's aid the moment, and even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the thrill of the fight, is clearly doing his best to rise to the demands of his new role as counselor.
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, I know how untenable the Tsaritsa's position... Maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with... As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong ambitions, she's still putting to me. That says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things... Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just trying to placate you.
I still think this adventurer raises a very important point. Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vetcha who must... I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the need to explain ourselves so much if we'd...
Forgive me, adventurer. But might I be so bold as to ask about your background?
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned his name so far, and no details of his
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject?
No, it's just... This is the world-renowned traveler, who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in There was a duel before the throne, in which the traveler defeated...
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. It's fine. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse...
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but...
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past now. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. give her some time. I'm sure. Oh, by the way, where's Paimon? It's not.
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier restaurant.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over for yours. I'll send my most capable and reliable.
Well, that would be great. Your
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hopefully this. So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent movements are confident. If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation. I have some other—
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. To start with, I should ask Alosha if he knows any way to help Sviet— How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting strong. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Worked. There really is something special. I don't really understand what just happened, but I'm pretty sure this sword just got— I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another
A little amuse-bouche! Bring it!
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second, I'll...
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. Although Snezhnaya doesn't deliberate, it's a fundamental contradiction. If emergency relief can't be delivered in time, what's the point in even calling it emergency? Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresnik Christoph, when we resolve Stratomoros' energy issue, it's like we open the floodgates. A huge backlog of crystal is now available to the townspeople. A lot of them will probably stockpile it and slowly work their way through. Probably a good idea. Exactly. At the current prices, selling crystal is an Hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
1 second, let me check. So,
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little extra and buy— No, it's fine. You're new to Snezhnaya.
here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market. But I doubt there'll be much crystal.
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take— Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello.
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where, when the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep—
Yes, and we sometimes need extra help.
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought that— So, what brings you here, Miss Odette? Looking—
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation, so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know it. Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point...
So many people feel the same way. They wish they could do something, but all kinds of reservations hold—
Yes. Well, that's one option. But there are risks to consider with organization.
Right, because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what— Still, it's probably a little soon.
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some crystal. I heard there's some on the market right now.
Funny. I had the same idea. In that case, the real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely it makes more sense for the state to cover these costs.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation in the description. Otherwise, let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik Crystal during Project Stuja, that should do it. The train will be escorted to—
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette.
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing—
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? Any idea how Paimon's doing?
What's wrong? Who's Paimon?
His travel buddy. Hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right—
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you've been doing to help the—
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you. I want to—
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlo-Lidovka. Plus—
All right then. I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished.
Hello. Sorry.
What happened?
Oh. Please, excuse me. Are you... Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only seem all... Besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant, in plain...
I didn't expect such a high stand.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment. Anyway, I won't keep you any...
Traveler! Alicia, you're back! Oh, hey! Who's our new friend?
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this. Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. It's just... Paimon's limbs are
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that... a flame inside?
All keen observations. You're right. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I...
Awesome! Wow, your name was Odette, right? How did you two meet again?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's... Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokad, huh? Let me think. Members of the Rokad keep their true identities hidden. Leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolyevsky troop tomorrow, and I'll tell you how it goes.
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Paimon will have... enough with the secret chat, you two. Let's catch up. It'll be kinda like tabletop troop. No reason why listening to a story can't be an adventure.